Yahoo!
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Hmm?
I said good morning.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yay. Glad. Hi, how's it going, Dylan? Oh,
Howdy.
I am
Uh,
a blur.
mm,
I'm moving
oh,
so
yes, you
fast you
are.
can't even see me. There we go. Uh, well, I'm excited too. You remember how I was working on that new tech thing?
Yeah.
I spent like 10 hours yesterday. I was,
Oh
I
Jeez.
almost
man.
scrapped it like five times, but then I was like, maybe I can Google a solution to this thing I've never worked with before, and I just
Maybe
kept
this time.
going. Sunk cost fallacy. So I neglected preparing on lots of other things that I needed to, but I've got this thing done at least as well as I could get it done.
Fair.
Um, yeah, so I'm excited. It should be fun. Uh, do you want to do chit chat or do you want to get straight into it?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Like, if you think that however long you think you have available in game, like ideas wise, you know what I mean. I think maybe.
Not really. What are you what are you saying?
He's he's basically saying however much content you think you have for
Oh.
today,
Yes.
Oh,
we're good
I think
for it.
I'll be fine as long as I can go, and then if I run into something that I feel like I can't do justice, I'll let you know.
Gotcha.
But
And for it.
yeah, for now, when we
No, it's
last
5:56 actually.
Shut up, you dork.
can't start yet. We've been decreed. We must diddle daddle for 4 minutes. Okay, good enough. When we last left off our D&D, uh, we left off with Carmen mysteriously appearing in Adrian's chamber where he was kept prisoner for an unnecessarily long amount of time with no one interacting with him, probably driving him a little crazy, and he had nothing to eat but this tasteless mush. Um, so, he didn't even really question how Carmen appeared out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
yeah, they quickly left the chamber by means of breaking down the door with a paladin's strength and found themselves in a weird, like, planetarium type
Deal.
area. Yeah, it seems like some kind of enchanted space with models of these planets that form the world that you guys inhabit. As you walked out onto the platform ahead of you where the door had fallen onto, it seemed like there was a semi-transparent platform made of either some kind of enchantment itself or like glass that seems slightly enchanted. So it's semi-transparent, and the platform you were walking on only appeared when you shone light on it. But as you walked further, you found paths that were less hidden and show up at all times rather than just when light is shown upon them. So we now leave off with Carmen and Adrian on these mysterious platforms walking around these planets as one of these planets exploded outward, the top of it kind of sending little styrofoam pellets everywhere as though the inside of the planet is not very secure. And two weird looking inhuman devil looking things that seemed ice themed instead of fire themed popped out.
Oh, two. I thought it was one.
Yeah.
Okay, it was one, but a second one's crawling out from beneath, and you can see it.
Cool.
So, also, as you can tell, I maybe ran a little bit out of time. So the platform is not entirely complete, but it is. Just pretend, and it goes off farther into infinity. But I did not accomplish that either. So, apologies if this is a little rough and tumble. This program is not designed for the way that I'm using it, but it should be fun, and it gives me more control over it this way to do whatever the heck I want. Can you guys see it and hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I think last thing we started with was asking for initiative to be rolled.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's roll initiative.
Indeed.
14.
14. Oh, big money. Okay. Oh, I almost put that as your armor class. My bad. What is your armor class, Adrian? So I don't have to look it up real quick.
13.
13. Gotcha.
Mine is 19.
What? Oh no! That's gonna be difficult to balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a paladin with +1 for defense,
Mm-hmm.
and if you think that's bad, we have a paladin in one of our other games with a 23 AC.
Wow, that's
Because
crazy.
my blacksmith made her a shield that gave her +3 AC.
Wow, even in addition to the regular +2 you
Mm,
get from a shield?
no, but I augmented her armor as well, so
Ah,
it's +1 from the armor, +1 from defensive fighting style, and then +3 from the shield.
that'll do it.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Okay. I'll figure that out later. Oh, no, I do need to figure that out now. 1 second. Pardon. Ah. Okay. I'm just gonna have them go as a group. Just to make it easier. There we go.
Get all those planets.
With all them chickens.
Yeah, I was having fun with the cosmology of it. That's not even what I spent the most time on. I spent the most time just trying to get these semi-transparent platforms to work, and they still didn't quite work how I wanted them to. But
I mean,
I
they
ran out
have
of time.
they have the feeling of semi-transparent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They actually are, I think. Might be able to- Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah,
Okay, sorry I'm taking so long. I
that's
didn't
okay.
mark. Everything's busy and stressful these days. Lots to do. Okay,
Oh, good.
we're good to go. So, first thing that is up, is my program stops responding.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sorry. First thing that happens is we have Adrian with the 19 initiative. What would you like to do, my good sir, as you
Well,
see this
18
monstrosity
but yeah.
pop out of the top of this planet, sending little packing peanuts everywhere, and it kind of like roars at you with a non-human-like vocal cord.
Yeah, that's ever so slightly disconcerting.
Oh, by the way, the exit door is up here. I didn't point that
Okay.
out, but that's where you were trying to get to before this thing popped out.
Cool.
Gotcha. Well then, Adrian would stop and he would go. He would realize that the clear threats in front of him. And he happens to have his paladin with him, so he is going to step behind Carmen.
That is a fair plan.
Yes,
Pocket paladin.
Pocket paladin. Yeah. And then he is going. So I'm just trying to see here. He's going to cast. One second. I don't have the sheet for that one. It's fine. I'm just gonna cast protection from energy on Carmen.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you cast that, and remind me how that works again. Is that I'll just look it up.
It's a willing creature I touch. Concentration for up to an hour. For the duration, the willing creature you touch has resistance to 1 damage type of your choice.
Ah,
I think you described these guys as icy.
yes, they do
Yeah.
appear icy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give her cold protection.
Cool, perfect, very smart.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. How long did it last? An hour, you said?
Concentration and up to an hour.
Gotcha. Okie dokie. So,
So if that gets broken.
yeah, are you using anything else for bonus action or anything?
I don't. Do I have any special bonus actions? I don't think I do. Or at the very least, there's very, very few and far between.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's rough for the spellcasters.
yeah, there's very few bonus action spells.
Yeah.
Uh.
All right. Carmen is
Yeah,
up
I
next.
think it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
no
look
worries. I feel like I ask half the time and nobody has anything they want to do for their bonus action, but I have to ask anyway, just in case.
No, that's valid.
Mhm.
That's valid.
So Carmen, what would you like to do? Adrian has walked behind you, kind of put his hand on your shoulder, and you feel like a warmth spreading throughout your body, warmer than usual, in terms of like magic, but literally like protecting from the cold.
Okay. How far away are these guys?
I'd estimate about 25 feet, 30 feet, something like that, just based on the
Interesting.
triangulation. I don't know.
Okay. Side question: Do you like it when we give flavor text for how our spells take shape,
Absolutely.
or are you okay?
Yeah, go for it. The less I have to
Okay.
describe, the better. More creativity
Right.
you guys bring.
By the way, there's like 13 bonus action spells. That's it.
Really?
So,
Holy
yeah.
cow.
It's like nothing.
That's really crazy.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
Expeditious Retreat is like the only one to use.
Okay. So in return for the cold protection, I'm going to cast behind me protection from evil and good.
Ah, okay, cool.
So I'm going to choose obviously fiends. That's what these are. I'm assuming fiends.
Yeah, they do appear to be devils of some kind, or at least devil adjacent.
So they have disadvantage on attack rolls against
Wow.
Adrian.
You guys
They
have all
also
the good
can't.
spells.
They also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Nice.
You know, level 7.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, but Carmen kind of casts a spell, and it takes the form of like an ethereal golden crown that sort of just like rotates around Adrian's head,
yes.
as if to say, "This is my king."
That's great. I love it. Oh my goodness. Let's see.
And that is her turn.
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Okay, cool. Remind me about that just in case I forget. I'm pretty sure
Here,
I'll remember. I'll put it a little
my dear-
stats.
Hold on, I have an idea. We have a roll 20,
Mhm.
so we can just put little markers on our tokens.
That's true.
So, my dear, I will put a little strong arm symbol on your token, so that way
Okay.
we know that you're
Resisted.
super buff. You're buff right now.
So buff.
Oh yeah, buff nerd.
Eh,
There you go. Right.
Okay, cool. I should really have marked. What's your current HP, both of you?
46.
46, and
Uh,
Adrian?
Do you really want to know?
I would love to. Now I'm scared.
67.
67, nice. Okay, cool.
That's Pally for you.
I'm still filling. I have like a little spreadsheet that I've cooked up for keeping track of combat easier because I got tired
Nice.
of like having to tab through a bunch of different things, which I'm currently doing
I
because I
feel
didn't prepare beforehand. So now I can just like put all the HPs in, put all the other things in, and just kind of track it live as I'm going. It makes it way more convenient.
I'm holding back on
Eventually,
jokes.
I'll automate it with programming, but I haven't bothered yet. Okay, so you cast that spell on him, and a little glowing crown appears above his head, emitting a slight golden glow around you too.
Glowing clown.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to do, action or like bonus action or
That
movement
is,
wise?
that is my turn.
Okie dokie.
I
So,
am not gonna move away from my prince.
yes. Immediately, one of these guys is going to kind of like draw his little like icy spear thing and kind of leap down with animalistic grace onto the icy platform or glassy platform, I suppose. Oh, I forgot. I have to use hotkeys for this. There we go. It jumps down onto the platform right in front of you, letting out a high-pitched shriek right in your face, and it's going to attempt to bite at you and slash at you with its weapon. So, let's see. It doesn't have disadvantage against you.
Nope.
Its spear is icy though, so any cold damage will be lessened if it does manage to hit. Luckily, oh my. Okay, well the first attack it does is a nat 20. So that's unfortunate.
That hits.
Yeah, that does. I need to
Still,
do
you know,
slight
resisted.
Yeah,
Those
Yeah,
5 hit.
yeah. it should
I'll
be
put a
fine.
blue dot on mine, my dear, just show that I'm resisting.
Well,
see.
you rolled basically minimum damage anyway, so that's fine.
Lovely.
So that would be 11 bludgeoning damage as it kind of slams this weapon into you, and it gets resisted slightly by your magical protection, and just kind of hurts a bit as you kind of glance it off your gauntlet, and the attack falls to the side. Then it tries to lunge forward with a biting with its mandibles, which also manages to connect, dealing an additional 3 damage. I keep rolling like minimum damage on these things.
Listen, this is the best time for that.
That's very true, especially with the nat 20. Yeah, you don't have your weapons yet. That's fair. Okay, the other one is still extricating itself from the planet and kind of wriggling out as though it was like, you're not sure if there's a nest there or if it was like stationed there specifically to be a defense in case you were to escape again. Either way, it's still not able to fully engage in the fight yet, but it returns to the same position that the previous one was in before it leapt down. At this point, the door up at the exit area also slams open, and emerging from it, you see that same mage from earlier. You would recognize Adrian. Carmen, you haven't met him yet, but it's that same mage from earlier, and he's got a kind of panic expression, and he's breathing hard as he opens the door, and he's just like, oh no, not this again. And he looks like he's gearing up and rolling up his mage sleeves to engage in the fight as well. Alright, back up to Adrian. What would you like to do?
So I am going. Would this be bad to do right now?
Nothing's a bad
Depends
idea
on
if you
depends
try.
on what it is.
Okay. Okay. So, question about how far away is the one in front of us to the one that's on top?
Oh, I would say
Yeah.
the difference is 20 feet, potentially 23 feet, something, I don't know.
So, if I cast something like in the area, like median between them, and it had like a 20-foot range, it would probably hit both of them, right?
Is that 20-foot radius, or?
Like a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, oh, that would be fine.
I know.
Okay.
Yes, go for it.
I
That's
mean-
not a bad idea.
Technically, it doesn't say that the cube always has to be completely vertical. You could just kind
Yeah,
of tilt
you can
it, and then
orient it like a
gets
diamond.
slightly wider, yeah, slightly wider angle.
No, that's fair. Oh, I probably don't have like my component pouch or anything, do I?
No, and I did say that limited your spells earlier, but usually,
Yeah.
for the most part, I don't really bother too much with components, so I'm flexible if you want to improvise. What components are you
No.
requiring? Because I
well-
gotta be consistent. I've not required that my other players
No, that's fine.
always do it.
Just one spell I was thinking of was like I need a chip of Mika. It's like
Micah. Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
you could probably just fish it out of my backpack. You probably know where I keep it.
the other part of my brain argued, what about part of like the shattered or the blown up planet? Like, is that made of Mika maybe?
yeah. I mean, conceivably, Micah is. Well, I mean, I was gonna say that.
It's a very flaky rock.
Yeah, I was
love
gonna
that
say the
rock.
glass platform might be able to suffice itself if you take a chip out of it, but I don't. That's technically not the same mineral. I don't know. I would say it's so plentiful. Like you might even be able to just kind of take a brush across the dust and dirt on Carmen's armor already from her previous combat encounters. Because last place she actually was sitting on a rock. So
True.
Who knows?
That's a rock fact.
So
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's easy enough to come by where, yeah, you can cast that.
Okay.
I love how
Okay.
you love making things difficult for yourself, my dear.
You know me. Okay.
I
So
appreciate it. He's going by the rules.
so I'm gonna cast a spell that says each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere must make a Constitution saving throw.
10-foot radius
Um,
sphere?
10-foot radius sphere. Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, but that's not
Yeah.
a cube. Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, I get you. I get you. No, I
Yeah.
changed my mind because the other one's concentration. I was like, I kind of want to keep concentration on
Sure.
Carmen.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
give it to you. There's no way for me to measure this, but yeah, close enough.
yeah. You think it would work?
Yeah, it could get them both.
Okay.
At least partially, if not completely.
Okay. If you say so. That's
Why
your
not?
prerogative.
What's the worst that could
Um,
happen?
Right?
I've stacked
So
the
I'm
odds
gonna-
against you.
Right. So I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Oh no!
You love that spell. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
It doesn't have to hit the bridge. It can blow up part of the planet.
Yeah. Let's see.
Funnily enough,
What's the Constitution saving throw they need to make?
it's against my intelligence, so,
So,
15 DC. Yeah.
15. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
is it what save is it? Dex?
Con.
On.
Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Mhm.
One got a 4 plus 2. So
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
6. The other
That's
one
a
got a 10 plus 2, so that is a 12. Both failures.
That is still a fail. Nice. So yeah, they take 3d8 thunder damage.
Nice.
Um, and any non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area.
So bye bye planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll
so,
the damage on that.
Yeah, 3d8 thunder damage.
Let's see.
Okay.
Could have been better.
3D.
11's not bad.
11
Yeah.
on both of them? Okay, cool.
I only roll it once because it's the same spell. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So with a thunderous, you suddenly see the planet in front of you burst into 1,000 pieces, just like raining down upon the landscape below, landing on these platforms, landing on the rings of this other planet, and just kind of sliding down to the ground. And instead of falling into an endless void like you might expect based on the illusion around you with the stars out in the abyss in the distance, they do kind of hit an invisible ground about 15-20 feet below you, as though this whole room is just kind of a smaller black room with enchantments around to make it appear larger than it is. It's not actually infinite, you would assume. It seems bigger than you would expect, but definitely not that big. I'm gonna see if I can do some weird effects to shatter this, but I don't count on it. So for now, we're just gonna move this down a little bit, and I don't know.
What happens to the one who was on top of it?
Oh, that's
He
a
was
good
like,
point. Yeah, both of them kind of get blasted backward and cry out in pain. This one falls forward a little bit, stumbling past Carmen, not out of her range, unfortunately, for an opportunity attack. The other one does fall straight down to the ring below, amongst the
And then
pieces.
He gets to start sliding.
He does kind of roll down a little bit, but manages to stop himself before he he does take fall damage, because that is about a 20-foot drop or so, maybe 25. Oh, I rolled the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's like what, 2D?
Yeah, about 2d6 of fall damage, so he
I
takes
love
an
that for
unknown extra
him.
amount of damage as he's kind of rolling prone down the area. So attacks on him would have advantage for the moment.
But he's a little far away.
He is a little bit out of the way. Also, which I hadn't got a chance to resolve yet, Shatter, intersecting with these glass-ish platforms. I would say that it doesn't outright blow them all up and like drop you all into the void, but I would say this one that is partially in the range takes a significant amount of damage. You see large spiderwebbing cracks kind of etch their way along the entirety of this this ring, mostly closer to where you guys are, because that's where the range of the spell affected more. The outer range is less affected, like closer to the Saturn-looking planet here. Yeah, it does not completely shatter at this point, but it does look severely weakened, and you hear the like of the cracks
Like
spreading
the ice
out.
crackling sound.
Exactly, yes, as you're standing on it.
That moment from movies where it's just.
Oh, wow, what a move. That was great.
It's a baller move.
Nice. Anything else on your turn, or is it up to Carmen?
No, that is all I'll do.
Nice. Well played.
I will
Carmen,
pass.
you are up.
So I'm gonna cast 2 smacks for the price of 1.
What? What does that spell?
It means I have an extra. It means I have an extra attack.
Gotcha.
So my first one is a 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. And my second one's a 26, and I'm gonna
That
divine
is-
smite on top of that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
What is my smite damage again?
Also, I realized if I cast certain offensive spells, I get a +7.
Nice.
That's kind of disgusting.
How petty am I feeling today, my dear? How do you think?
How bad was 6th period?
Oh, I'm feeling very petty today. So let's see. That will be an additional 2d8 on top of, which is radiant damage on top of what I'm doing.
Oh, let me check if they have a vulnerability to that.
That's 16 extra damage. That's radiant on top of the 11 that I'm doing. So take 27 damage.
Wow, nice. Unfortunately, they don't appear to have a particular vulnerability to Radiant in particular, but they do. You just get smacked in the face. What weapon is this that you're using?
She takes her greatsword, and like the first one is to bait out a parry. So it parries up, and then she quickly, faster than expected, immediately goes straight for the midsection, trying to cleave apart his upper half from his midsection.
Nice. Yeah, your sword like digs heavily into the middle carapace and kind of peels it up a little bit, cracking like his thorax. He looks buggish, so I'm going with buggy terms here.
That's fair.
He stumbles backward in pain, not quite dropping his weapon, but kind of like losing his grip a little bit on it as he like holds his side with one of his many arms. And I can't figure out how to move him straight away from the camera. Perfect. There. He stumbles backward a little bit.
I mean, is he out of my range now?
Oh, yes, but you forced him out of his range, so that's not an opportunity attack. It wasn't his choice to move that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you would rather him not move that far away, I'm just adding.
I know,
that
it's
for dramatic
fine.
Effect.
No,
Okay.
it's all good. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure.
At least he's farther away from the prince.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else on your turn? It lets out a horrible sound that probably will get cut out by Discord trying to eliminate noise, but it's like.
I am all set.
Nice. Okay. Well, it's immediately going to take a turn to try to go against you. Actually, no. The mage gets a turn first.
He just watched Adrian explode a planet, and then me go absolutely sicko mode on this demon. I hope he's pooping himself.
No. Let's see. He is going to wave his hands and say, "Not this time!" And he'll say something like, "Lumasu, I forget what I was gonna say. I had a whole cool thing planned in my head, but I got so little sleep last night. Just leave me alone.
And he says all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, he says all
Yeah.
of that to cast a spell, but he says it really fast in a weird language, so you can't understand it. Could you make me a dexterity saving throw, both of you?
No.
As a shimmering light kind of... Okay, well.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
glad
make-
that I have
I'm-
at least something in
I'm-
Dex.
I'm making the saving throw. Hold on.
Yeah, you see from the, like...
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me double check something.
like,
Oof. Mine's
Hold
bad.
Hold on. I'm checking something that might help you.
backing away slowly.
Oh, yes. Starting at 6th level, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw, the creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Whoa!
Is that 5?
So,
Wow.
So we each get +5. You get +5 to your dexterity saving throw, making it a 14.
Yes,
and I have a 17.
Wow. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Both of those.
He's within 10 feet of me.
Yeah. Both of those are successes. Wait. Hold on. Let me double check.
Take the L. Loser mage.
Loser mage. Poor guy. He's doing his best. Everything he's ever done is a
His
failure.
best is not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna fail out of wizard college.
Yeah. DC was a 14, so you both passed.
Oh,
nice.
So you see, this energy, this light, kind of descending upon you and rising up from the shattered pieces that are all scattered across the platform now, and this light kind of bursts forward with a colored flames all around you. You would recognize it as an attempt to cast fairy fire on you, but you both kind of resist it and dodge out of the way, helped by your protection magics, of course. And
Yes.
He kind of glares at you, gritting his teeth in anger, noticing that neither of you are now glowing and giving advantage to his allies. So that's unfortunate for him. Sucks to be him.
Small wave.
Did you wave at him? He just continues to glare at you. The guy
Good.
who you just attacked is going to once again kind of draw his weapon and with a spinning motion kind of come down on you, trying to hit
Okay.
you right in the head. I can't make this up. Nat 2. I
Good.
don't think his addition's gonna cover that.
I don't know if I don't think he can get to
Yeah.
19.
Probably not, no. He would be scary if he had a plus 17. So yeah, he misses his first attack. He'll spin and try to get the second attack, which is... It is a hit, but barely. I'm just annoyed that his rolls are not so good today, but that's fine. Once again, it is still stacked against you. So he's going to approach and try to smack at you, Carmen. This time dealing. Oh, I didn't track how much damage it did to you last time, did I?
Dylan and I have our character sheets where we can both keep each other honest, so you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about it.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to make sure that I know, because I'm trying to keep track of everything on the little sheet, just so I know the
Yeah,
situation.
fair.
I mean, if we drop to half health or something, we can let you know.
Okay.
Just so
Sure.
you're updated but not inundated with numbers.
Yeah, I've already forgotten. I don't even know if you took damage. I can't remember.
She did. It was like a 11, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Somewhere in that
So-
range.
12 damage.
It was 11, and then I took 3 before.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, 12 bludgeoning damage once again as he kind of bashes into the side of your helmet this time, just above the collarbone, managing to barely edge his way into your guard, and giving a quick strike before he backs off again, not wanting to be punished for his over greediness like he was before. That concludes his turn. The other devil down here is not very happy, of course, and he's gonna stand up, and then he's gonna start walking, or more skittering, running, scampering, all on our fours, still holding his weapon in his mandibles as he goes up. 3D is very hard to tell, so he's he's climbing his way over this direction towards where the platforms intersect. It'll be probably around before he can actually get in range to do anything to you. Wow, this is the optical illusion. I also don't like how it really struggles to render everything. Anyway, he's over there now. He's making his way up the ring. He's limping a little bit. Looks not terribly happy with having fallen.
Yeah.
Back up to Adrian. So this
Um,
guy is really close, but Carmen is still kind of between you and him.
Yeah, I'm actively trying to keep Carmen between us if
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah.
I am going to use the mage decided he was going to interject, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Well, Adrian's not going to take too kindly to that one. And I'm going to cast Erupting Earth over at the mage.
Look at EJ's face. He doesn't know what to do with us.
I'm just concerned that you're gonna block off all the exits if you break all the floor.
No, it's fine. It
No,
just
don't
becomes
worry.
difficult terrain.
I have a solution if that happens. Don't worry.
It's just difficult terrain. It doesn't destroy it per se.
Fair enough.
So I choose a point you can see on the ground within range of 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It does require a piece of obsidian, mind you, actually, now that I look at it. I can always do something different if you think that's...
Go for it. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm flexible.
Okay. Yeah, so a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature in that area must make a dex saving throw.
Uh-huh. I definitely feel like this is gonna break the platforms, just saying.
It's fine. I have jump.
Fair enough.
But if they all break,
I have jump.
Okay. So
yeah, what do I have? I'm nuts.
I can cast jump on you.
You can cast it on both of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he makes a dexterity saving throw, which I immediately drop on the floor. I didn't think being sleep deprived would affect me this much. Oh, not one.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, mister.
Okay. So he's about to take 3d12 bludgeoning damage.
Woohoo!
I feel like people will assume I'm making it up, just like going easy on you, but I'm genuinely getting the worst rolls ever.
Oh, that's fair. I just rolled...
3 damage!
I rolled 10, 11, 12.
Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 33.
Wow.
And this
my
guy's gonna take
God.
fall damage because the glass is gonna break.
Oh my gosh.
I may have just killed a man.
Yeah, you may have just killed a man.
I'm pretty sure he did. There's no
Oh,
way
no.
this guy's gonna survive.
There's no
Oh,
way a mage
no.
has more than like 5 health.
Oh no.
Okay, let's just delete that. Delete that. Delete that.
Whoops.
So you absolutely annihilate the ground underneath this man. It shatters into 1,000 pieces with a rumbling noise that shakes the entire cavern and reverberates off of the distant walls. And this mage, who was previously standing on rather solid ground, now just kind of looks down like Wile E. Coyote and plummets with a terrified shriek. He attempts to shoot off one final spell just for flavor at you guys. He just attempts to set off like an ice knife towards you guys. Could I have... Let's see.
It would probably be me because I'm standing in front.
Yeah, let's go with that.
What do you need from me?
Oh, he makes a ranged spell attack. I see.
Yeah. Makes
Oh
sense.
my! How? I get the nat 20 when it absolutely does not matter. He's falling to his death. Okay,
Right?
he somehow pulls off the most amazing like trick shot as he's falling to his death, just to spite you guys. However, it is 1d10 of piercing damage, and he.
And it oh, is it just piercing? It's not cold.
Well, it's. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. I expected it to be cold, honestly. Oh, but
That's
there is
weird.
the 2d6 cold damage after it
Oh,
explodes.
okay, okay.
I see.
Gotcha.
Well, that's
Gotcha.
okay. So
I wasn't sure how it worked.
yeah.
Yeah, how much damage should I take?
I'm trying to find my d10. I'm really tired. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Okay, that is 5, but doubled because of the nat 20, so that's 10 damage on the piercing, and then it explodes after kind of embedding itself in your armor. It explodes in a bunch of snow, basically, and ice, little needles that deal an additional 2d6 of cold damage to everyone in the area, which is you and also the devil. And
Yeah, but he resists,
probably-
obviously. So.
I resist.
yes, you do.
I don't.
So that's 8, but you resist, so that's 4 damage for you, and Adrian gets 8 of cold damage. And
That's fine.
honestly, this is not how I expected that whole situation to go with that guy. That's great. But yes,
Yeah.
he does then fall about... Oof, that looks like 40 feet of a fall. And then he just
Oh,
lands...
no.
He just lands with a bone-crunching, like, impact on the ground. And his shriek is cut short as he just immediately is knocked out.
I imagine a Wilhelm scream.
Yes, absolutely.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, he's
I,
very much out of commission.
I'm sorry.
No,
No.
don't be sorry. That's great.
That was incredible.
This
33
is only enabled
damage.
because you said sure.
Yes, this is why spell components are typically important. But hey, we're having fun.
No, even then, like I normally have the component pouch I select.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
because
Carmen-
normally I have it focused somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much why I'm still allowing you to cast, because I'm just assuming like you've got so much ingrained sorcerer bloodline magic that you can just kind of do this whatever. I'm kind of stretching
Yeah.
the rules a little bit in this situation because I've made it unfair for you
And
anyway.
also, how many times do you have a wizard sorcerer multi-class?
That's true.
No, it's
Well,
a
he's
sor-
an
it's a
artificer.
sorcerer artificer.
Whatever. Same difference.
Mhm.
Artificers are rare, so
Mhm. Carmen, you're up.
Did Adrian have his turn?
Yeah,
he just
Oh, yeah,
blew up
sorry.
the mage.
I just
Well,
murdered
He just one hit
forgot.
killed that guy.
Listen, the mage had his ice knife reaction, so I was like, all right. So first things first, I'm going to use lay on hands,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm going to heal all the way back up to 62 hit points because I'm using
Oh,
35.
I just thought
Points
about
of
it.
it.
Since I took damage, do I need to roll concentration?
Technically yes. And does yours also have concentration, light?
Oh yeah.
him?
Let me.
Yeah, you've taken
It's-
damage 3 times, I think.
I'll roll it 3
Uh,
times. So it's one. What's it? 1d20 plus.
Constitution, I think.
I was gonna say it's a Constitution saving throw, isn't it? Or is
Yeah.
it just con? Okay,
Cool. I love
Okay,
Constitution
19.
saving throws.
perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, as a paladin, of course you love concentration saving.
That's a 20. That's a 28, and that's a 22. Am I
Oh
good?
my gosh, yes, you're fine.
Yeah, no, I think you're good.
Wow, nice
All right.
job.
So I'm now healed pretty much back up to full health,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to smack the ever-loving heck out of the little devil in front of us.
Nice. Wow. Yeah.
One of those hits for
Ah.
9 damage.
Okay. Let's see, this is Ice Devil 1, 9 damage, as you kind of give him once again a slice in his guard, just across the face, and causing this weird, like, blackish ooze to come out of his face. And it kind of chitters angrily at you. Is that it for your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Very static fight here as far as where people are standing, other than that one devil who's, like, still running in the distance.
He's like, I'll get this eventually. Don't worry,
Yes, let me check.
I'll get my revenge on that Batman.
Yes, exactly how he sounds. Looking at the wrong stat block. Interesting. Nah, I don't think they would do anything like that. Okay. So he's just gonna run. He's just gonna keep running.
Oh, fair.
Eventually he will get to you. That's his hope, at least. He'll
Have
probably...
Don't worry. He probably won't.
He'll
Not if we
probably-
have something to say about it.
Yeah. Let's see. One thing I don't like about this program is how difficult it is to tell where things are in 3D space. Okay.
If I did that, how mean would that be?
Very.
Probably pretty.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do, maybe. Okay, other Ice Devil is going to once again try to smack at you, Carmen, because you're still in the way, which is
I
your
know.
job, I guess. Good bodyguard.
It is my job.
Yeah.
Okay. Does a... I guess I should check the sheet that I asked for your AC on. It does not hit. So once again, he's swinging his weapon trying to get into your guard, and you are easily parrying off his attacks as he's now frustrated and rushing as he's trying to attack you with fury, but not paying too much attention to his technique. He's hurt, he's bleeding, he's just being vicious, and it's costing him. So that leaves us back up to Adrian again. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Nah, it's fine. I've already used up my most powerful stuff. It's fine.
Mhm.
Totally fine. That one is. Oh, perfect.
Jeez.
No, that's concentration. I'm not
It
gonna do
is.
that. I'm not gonna do that. Let's see. I can probably do that. I need to pull up this spell because I don't have it up.
Why don't you just whip the glass bridge?
No, that's kind of partially what I was thinking.
Excellent. I'm glad we're on the
yeah.
same page.
Cool. I just need somatic for this. Cool. I could probably judge a 1 to 5 pound object somewhere in the near 60 feet, right?
There are hundreds of little shards of planet and glass and all this junk everywhere now.
Cool. I'm going to catapult one of those.
Nice. What are you choosing? Rock.
Probably a piece of glass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Into which one?
The one right in front of us. May as
Nice.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, if it travels up to 90 feet in a straight line.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Are
Are you
yeah, I'm just gonna pick
upcasting
one.
it or just lowest level?
No, I'll just use first level.
Okie dokie.
I have no need to use any higher levels right now. So yeah, they need to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, I thought it was a ranged spell attack. My bad. Okay. Dex saving
No, it's
throw.
yeah, save.
That is a 17.
That
Darn.
does succeed.
Okay.
Um,
I'll say it just kind of barely manages to dodge, noticing it with its big bug eye in the nick of time. And it slams into the planet here, kind of embedding itself deep within the core of the planet. Not even a little bit of the glass is sticking out to show where it is, other than a small
yeah.
crater.
yeah. Fine. Sorry, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I have available to use, but I don't think I do, because Search Artificer gets like no bonus stuff.
Just slap him off the side.
Well, now that
also-
you mentioned that.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Also, you should get used to seeing me use Catapult, because I'm going to be doing it a lot.
Oh, I've always taken catapult when I play spellcasters, but I never get a chance to use it. It's very annoying. I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh, don't
I,
worry. Wait until he gets his spell grenades catapulting
yeah,
across the
I
battlefield.
realized
Oh,
that
no.
I could catapult spell grenades. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I can launch spells at 30 feet that have saving throws. Yeah. Or sorry, did I say 30? I meant 90 feet. I can launch
Yeah.
them 90 feet, as long as they require a saving throw. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, that'll be fun.
All right.
They'll do additional
that's-
damage when they hit, plus whatever they're supposed to do, right?
Exactly. So it's like, oh no, oh no. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, Carmen.
So you said that the glass is particularly weak, right?
Yes, it is rather cracked and seems very unstable at this point. Be careful not to shatter it below you and Adrian as well.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm hesitating.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
Don't have Featherfall, SMH.
Why do you need Featherfall when I could simply find Steed and have a Pegasus?
Can you do that?
Yeah, it's one of the options.
Really? That's so cool.
That's kind of busted.
It's technically up to DM discretion, but it is listed.
How long is it? Oh, it takes 10 minutes to cast though. That'll take.
It's a
long
ritual.
time
It's ritual casting, but still, if we, yeah. So I guess okay. I'll just smack this guy twice.
Yep, standard.
I'll cast
Fall
I'll
back.
cast axe for the price of one.
Nice.
That's a hit, and that's a hit. That's a 25 and a 26 to hit.
They definitely both hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's 20 damage.
Nice. Okay, with another
Oh.
devastating strike to wherever you decide on this creature.
Yeah, it's this time she decides to change it up. Instead of going for the midsection, goes down for the leg
Mm-hmm.
to stab him in the foot,
Mhm.
and then immediately follows it up with like a swift upper strike through like the part where the legs meet and up through his body slightly.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
You get about not quite a quarter of the way through him, but like an eighth of the way through, perhaps, and it just like releases another torrent of this weird like oozy bug fluid, I guess, and it kind of backs up in shock, more or less. Not even like pain, or not even like fury, just like, oh, that did not seem good at all.
Like something does not feel good.
Mhm, yes.
Alright, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, on this one's turn, I think it might disengage and just try to kind of like back up in fear at this point. Like, it does not want to interact with you anymore. The other one, who was finally getting into the fight, seems more eager for battle. And now that it's finally able to get into range, let's see. It might try to go for Adrian, just because you were the one who chucked it down a hole. You seem to be causing some major damage.
Okay.
I don't.
They have disadvantage against him.
They do have disadvantage against him. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, he's gonna try to go for Adrian and
Okay.
just kind of barely get past Carmen, not past her range, but just within
Yeah.
her range. And he's got disadvantage, which saved you.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, but he does have 2 attacks. Still saved you. Yeah. So it kind of lunges
Not my
forward.
prince.
Yeah, if you want, we can say that you managed to divert your attention to him and kind of block his path if you'd like.
Yeah, just maybe like throws her gauntlet up last second to catch both strikes, as she's still staring down the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one is just going to use his entire movement to start getting away. He's just going to kind of run along this pathway as far as he can get, which in this 3D world is a little annoying, but he'll get about there, I would say. Adrian, you're up once more.
Okay. So the one right in front of us is the pseudo-healthy one. The other one running away is...
Well, pseudo-healthy is a relative term, considering he did get chucked off a bridge, and he actually looks worse off than the
other
that
one?
Carmen has
I mean-
just been bloodying up.
I mean, to be fair, I totally intend on shoving the one near us onto the cracked bridge and having him fall a second time, so...
Oh dear.
I think I just do this. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast a firebolt at the one running away.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
You still got line of
so-
sight for now.
Ignis!
On that other planet.
Yeah. So let me do a funny little roll here.
Gonna play a
that's
funny
an
little
8.
prank?
That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just click on Firebolt, my dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 11 fire damage.
Huh. He's listed as having damage immunity to fire, which doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. So you see this fire kind of like blast into his shoulder.
Oh, it
And
could be
kind of-
because he's a demon.
Yeah, I guess that's probably why. It's just odd to me
Yeah.
because he's like ice themed. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you see the fire kind of like impact him and knock him off balance a little bit as he's running along this platform, but it does seem to kind of just like blast and wrap around him without really causing too much damage, and it just kind of lets out another as it skitters behind the planet as far as it can. Anything else you want to do?
One second. And sorry, checking spells I don't have down. No, I think that'll be it for
Okay.
now.
Carmen.
So I'm gonna take a few steps forward, so I can position myself along the side of the demon a little bit better. Because you said the part of the bridge closest to us was the weakest. So
Well, this I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This area is the weakest.
Yeah. So just with a very forceful love shove, I'm going to kind of like push but also slam down the demon. If you move your cursor kind of if you
Sorry.
it's okay. If you move your cursor to the left, yeah, like over that area, I'm gonna like shove him, yeah, like right down in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna space jam slam him that way.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll?
Let's see. Shove is an actual action.
I think it's athletics.
Oh, what have I done? Yeah. Let's see. Shove 5e.
Yeah, just make sure you understand it.
Yeah, of course. You can use the attack action. You can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, knock it prone, or push it away from you. Blah blah blah. Why is it not giving me more details? Oh, because I haven't purchased the player's handbook on D&D Beyond. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I don't use D&D Beyond for a reason.
You make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength, athletics, or dexterity.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you get to choose if you want to use athletics or dex.
They
That's a 20.
Seem to be pretty good at the dex here, so I'll go with dex.
That's a 20.
Oh, well that's a total 20 or not 20?
Total.
They actually got a 21.
Dang.
Yeah, just barely. So
Well, okay. That was an attack action, right?
which
I get 2.
Oh, that's cool. I thought were you casting something? Was it an ability, or is that just like a default paladin thing you can do at this level?
No, you get 2 attacks, extra
Nice.
attack.
Nice.
It's like fighters and rangers get extra attacks, so do pallies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I shove him again.
Okay. Yeah. He will once again try to.
Ooh,
resist
that's not
it.
as good.
He got a nat 20 this time.
Okay, yeah.
So-
he resists.
Yeah. First off, you try to push him, and he's like kind of resisting and sliding as you kind of push him back. But he manages to barely gain traction using his little clawed feet to kind of scratch into the glass with a horrifying nails on chalkboard noise. Then he begins to push you back as you're kind of still struggling against his strength.
That's fine.
Let's see.
I tried.
Yeah, that's his turn done. So the other devil's turn. He's still retreating. He doesn't seem interested in engaging any longer. He's just running off into who knows where.
Good for him.
trying
Know your strengths, pal.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight this battle anymore. This one is just angry, and though he's kind of locked in combat with you at the moment, he is still going to try to take a pot shot over at Adrian once again. Just one.
Disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage. Ooh. Let's see. He does manage to make it work this time, though. So,
Okay.
he just kind of takes one swipe with his, his little spear thing, over at you, which deals, my brain is very tired. 13 bludgeoning damage, and
Ow.
and 3 cold damage. Unless, were you the one that has protection
No.
from? Okay,
No, Carmen does.
gotcha.
I'm at half health, below half health.
Okay. You would estimate that this guy is the one that you're still facing is probably also at about half health. You both look kind of blooded up a little bit. So yeah, he just kind of bashes you in like the ribs. It's not like the worst thing ever, but it definitely knocks the wind out of you a little bit. That is his first attack. His second one, he's definitely going to focus on Carmen, and he's going to try to push you off the other side of this platform,
Okay.
just straight back.
That's
So
fine. I'll roll
athletics.
athletics.
Ooh, I rolled a 4 on my con. Oh, well, close enough to a 4 on my con save because I did a regular con instead of save.
Mhm.
So, but still,
Alright.
it's just a 4. So.
What did he
Okay.
roll, EJ?
He rolled a 14 for.
I rolled a 21, so
Nice.
suck it.
Yeah, so he tries to push back against you, and now you're the one who's like scratching the toes of your booted feet, your armored feet. I don't. What's the
Yeah.
proper term for that? Your metal plate armor boots into the ground,
I'm
scratching.
digging my heels into the ground.
Exactly, and you are not going anywhere. In fact, you managed to catch one of the cracks and like kind of anchor yourself to it, which causes the crack to extend further across the platform. That is his turn. So Adrian, you're up again, and Carmen and this guy are locked in a deadly battle of who can push each other off the edge. It's a game of chicken. What would
I
you
might
like
be
to
able to
do?
help. I might be able to help with that.
Mhm.
1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
So I am going to cast a spell and use I think it's careful spell.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can prevent hitting Carmen, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use magnify gravity.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Bayonara.
Yeah. Gravity
You're-
in a 10-foot radius sphere, so I will actively use careful spell to not hit Carmen with this.
Interesting. I'm just reading the wording of the spell. Okay. You sure you want to do that?
I mean, if I cast it like farther over the edge, I guess like it would probably be the safest way to cast it. So I'm not hitting
Okay.
myself.
So you're intending to only capture, say, this area of space with like the center point being over here, maybe?
1 second, sorry. I'm looking at stuff and yeah, like if actually see, careful spell would only make it so that Carmen succeeds a save.
Yes. It would prevent her from taking
The
damage from the force, but it would not prevent any other environmental effects. I mean, you might be able to. Maybe it would be risky, but you might be able to get it only on him, just based on the position you choose. Yeah, I'd say that it's
Yeah.
possible. It's
Okay.
rough because they're kind of like pushing against each other.
Yeah.
So he might be able to grab her and pull her down if he.
I mean, that's a risk to take.
Mhm.
And like honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, as long as I'm not hitting her with it, it's a better situation than, you know.
Mhm.
And if he's gonna fall anyway, he might still grab her, even if she did push her, or yeah, even if she did push him off. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw. I assume you're choosing, like this point over here as the point, so it
yeah,
gets him directly in
the
the range.
safest spot. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That is probably a failure. What's the DC?
15.
Ah, he. What happens if it's a tie? Does he? I guess that's a success.
I think that's a succeed. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, because that's the number they have to hit.
okay.
That's fine. So then he just takes half damage
Okay.
and
I-
suffers no reduction to its speed.
I
Gotcha.
still have a question though.
Okay.
So this is my science teacher talking.
Uh huh.
So
I'm way ahead of you.
so weight is simply the force of gravity exerted onto an object. So now we
Yes.
have objects that are not having extra gravity exerted upon them, and some objects that are having extra gravity exerted upon them.
So until the start of your next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere requires a successful strength check against your spell save DC to pick up or move.
So that means a lot of glass pieces are gonna need a lot of saving throws in order to stay in place on the bridge.
Well, I was just going based off the first sentence. The gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere
No, that's
increases
great, yeah.
for a moment. So if the gravity itself is increasing, the weight of everything, including him, is
But
increased
but that
regardless
means
of
but
whether he
that
succeeded.
but that means there's on the outside of the sphere there's a place where gravity is increased and not increased, so therefore part of it should slide down because of the increase in weight it's now experiencing.
You're saying the entire platform?
No, just the part that's under the effect of increased gravity. Its mass is now, or its weight is now increased more so than the rest
so
of
it
the
should
bridge.
lopside, basically.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with it is already cracked a bunch, so it's just gonna frickin' shatter and like break
Yeah,
off at exactly that point.
that's essentially what I was going for.
Yeah, yeah, I'm way ahead of you. That's why I was asking, are you sure you want to even cast that spell? Because, oh, that could have gone badly.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean,
think it works. I think...
Okay.
Well, let me actually roll for the structural integrity of this bridge, honestly. Because it is rough. Make me a dex saving throw, both of you.
oh boy.
Remember, you get to add 5 to it if
yeah,
you need to.
we're fine.
We got 15 and 23.
Nice. Yeah, I'd say you both have to kind of dodge backward and fall out of the range as the glass bridge is kind of cracking and falling away underneath you. But you managed to both get out of the way as the entire, like, this half of the ring, basically, collapses and immediately is pulled down by the increased gravity, slamming into the ground far below with increased speed than normal. And this poor dude is brought along for the ride as not only is this force damage kind of crushing down on him, but then he also just straight up falls at a faster speed, which I'd say doubles the fall damage, honestly.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
he falls that same
that's
distance
fair.
again, and
he also took 6 force, by the way.
yeah, so I'll do that first. This guy's having a rough time.
Yeah.
And then
We
let's
just
see.
keep pushing them off
That's
platforms.
again like a 25 foot drop. So that's
4d10, 46.
Yup. Okay. So yeah, you'd estimate he maybe takes another 12-ish fall damage or something, as he once again falls all the way down to that same place he was on before. He gets a little bit of a distance buff before hitting the ground because of this slanted platform, but it doesn't make it any less painful as he lands on shards of broken glass and is just kind of pierced up and very upset. And he looks back up at you with fury in his eyes and then just kind of shakes his head in defeat and kind of like...
It's not worth it.
He just begins skittering off like, I'll get him next time, and he like disappears into the darkness far below.
But before he leaves, he just hears from Adrian. I would recommend that you stay down this time.
Oh, wow, passive aggressive. Oh, perfect, with the music fading out as well. So I'd say at about this point, combat has ended. Now you
Good
just have to
timing.
figure out how to get out of here.
That's fine. We know
yes.
how.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
you know,
one thing I forgot to mention last time is as you guys were leaving the planet where the door was, where Adrian was in this little prison cell, it doesn't look like the prison cell would have been able to fit inside that planet. So there's definitely something weird with like extra dimensional spaces and this enchantment area going on, because it doesn't look like the room should have been able to fit in that space. That's just
Fair.
another interesting point.
it's a TARDIS.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I guess we don't really need the visual aid anymore. So
It made it very fun to be able to throw people off the edge a few times.
Yeah, yeah. I had a couple more ideas for that scene, but I didn't get to mess with it too much because I spent far too long.
Oh, it's all good. It's
I
all
hope you
good.
like the visual though.
Yeah, no, it made it very interesting and dynamic. So
Cool, thank you. I'll work on it. I'll
Um,
get better with time.
so Carmen goes back to Adrian, just looking him over. It's like, where are you hurt?
don't worry about me.
Where are you hurt?
Shoulder.
So she's gonna look at it and she's gonna cup her hand around the shoulder and she will cast Cure Wounds.
You needn't worry about me so much.
So let's see, that is
He says after having been gone for 3 weeks.
Listen, he has to keep it up, else she'll dote on him way too much.
why is roll 20. You take you heal for 10.
I take 10.
You heal for 10.
10 points of radiant damage.
You're about to take 10 points of sass damage if you keep this up.
That's expected though.
I'll take I'll get rid of your symbol for now.
Ah, yes.
I'll
And,
get rid of mine.
Yeah, yours dropped a while back, so
Yeah,
we just forgot about it.
it's okay.
Well done on the combat, by the way. They had a surprising amount of health, and I was like, is this unfair? It'll probably be fine. They've got spells.
I was gonna say we're the kind of players who will somehow find some way to make it through.
We're
almost
we're
anything.
very inventive.
Yes, I do appreciate that in players. It's so much fun to play with
It's not.
people like
It's not even the closest fight we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Oh god, let's not even talk about the bug fight, okay? That was awful.
that.
Even that,
Sweating.
the gym battle, like, oh,
That's yeah. Yeah.
that one
No.
was sweaty.
That one was a butt clencher.
That one went into overtime.
It did. Literally.
Yeah.
So after healing him up, Carmen will kind of look back to the door platform and just kind of look at Adrian. I hope that you have a way to get us out of here now. That you've decided to blow the platform to smithereens.
I may have gone a little bit overzealous, but nothing that
A little bit, Adrian!
Yes, I'm right here.
I think you killed a man with one spell. That's a new record.
I may have overdone it, but he kind of did deserve it, given the situation that I got placed into.
Oh, is he directly involved?
Yes, actually. He was keeping track of me in the first situation I was stuck in.
It's a shame we can't bring him back to life so I can have a few words with him.
You do have a diamond.
Not worth to spend that on.
Probably true.
Yes, well, we
Well-
don't exactly have the treasury with us.
Well, let's get out of here then.
By the way, I did promise that I would tell you the name that that guy had on his orders, and
Oh,
I think
yes.
I'm gonna. Can't believe I forgot the name of my bad guy, but I am gonna adjust it slightly so that it says instead of "I need him alive," I'm gonna have it be Azo needs him alive, and then it'll be signed by the Shifter.
The Shifter.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Sounds like a shifty person.
Yes. So, how would you guys like to get out of here? There are other platforms, as I mentioned, that kind of go off into other areas. They kind of look like other rooms, basically, of this like extra dimensional space. So as you're just kind of following this long curved path, it goes from one big expanse to another. Maybe there's another exit, or you could just try to make your way through this one if you just jump for the door or something.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
she'll look at Adrian. Shall we take the obvious door, or shall we poke around?
well, it depends on what you feel like doing. He was in charge of security, he says with air quotes. So there may be something important.
They
there.
gave him
Who
extra
knows?
help this time, and he still messed it up. What a poor guy.
I don't think they'd expect us to leave through the main exit.
If you say so.
And even then, if I go first, how many of them will actually be able to look at you?
Depends. Are we casting darkness?
Do not go invisible. You know it's so much harder to keep track of you when you do that.
Yes, well, somehow I have to get away from you ever so often.
Mm.
Is that what
You
this
don't
is
have-
about?
She just kind of makes a face, just like, you don't have to. Because then I get yelled at for having a one-track mind trying to track you down.
Yes, but that is something that makes it so that it shows others that you care.
And she just kind of pauses for a second. She pulls out her sending stone, and then she ignores like all of the messages. She'll read them later, and she'll activate a call to Lillian.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it go through?
I mean, yeah. Are
Like,
you
does-
like calling? It's a sending
Like,
spell.
I-
Are you
like,
gonna
I-
say
like, I'm-
something first, or?
Well, I am, but like I didn't know if there's gonna be like any interference that was gonna stop it from working.
Beep, no, it doesn't appear that the sending spell has any disruption at this moment.
She's just gonna put the stone up to Adrian. Go on.
What do you want me to say?
Tell your sister that you're safe.
Counting down the words.
What's the word limit on sending?
25.
20.
But a sending
Okay,
spell lets you
25.
cast it as many times as you need, so it's just.
Yeah.
She gets a message
gotcha.
that's like, you say something. No, what am I supposed to say? It's just nothing. She's like, well, I guess this is encouraging.
Lillian, I am safe in Carmen's possession, and I feel like I'm going to go ahead and take up that offer that you made to me and see the world. I have no idea how many words that was.
Definitely within the limit, even if there were a few wasted.
Yeah.
Like, Carmen just finishes the message with "I will keep him safe," and then then ends it.
You immediately, like, within 30 seconds, hear it contact back, and it's
Blink.
presumably Lillian trying to get in contact
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, listen to it.
If you'd like, you can be Lillian if you want. Well, no, I guess I shouldn't do that. 'cause
No.
No.
Yeah.
She knows things that you guys don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I was just saying because you've been her before, I suppose.
I have.
You know
She's
how she works.
scary.
Right? Anyway, she picks that up and goes, "Okay, I'm so glad to hear. What? I have so many questions. I'm glad to hear you're safe. Could you? We really could use you back at the kingdom. I'm sure. Are you safe?"
Just
That was
just,
all the words
Yeah.
that she could have used.
Yeah.
Carmen just very quickly says back, "We're as safe as we can be at the moment. Working on fixing that," and puts it back away. She's not gonna answer it again.
Okay, it immediately beeps, but I guess you'll get the message later.
Yeah. I'll get the message later.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, don't.
Because she could take that one of two ways. Because knowing these two chuckleheads, they get into trouble and out of trouble very easily. Lillian knows that Carmen and Adrian get into trouble and out of trouble as easily as a fish swims.
Mm-hmm.
So we're safe and we're working on that could mean we're safe but not as safe as we want to be, or we're safe and we're working on getting into trouble.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Probably both.
That moment of wait a second.
It's like, oh, no. It's like, okay, wait, no, not like that.
And this is why Carmen puts her phone on silent sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sometimes she knows she's about to do something silly, and she doesn't want other people to lecture her on the consequences.
Or trying to sneak and not having it go bloom would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I think we're gonna head towards the door.
Okie dokie. Do you put your phone on silent at this point or no?
Oh yeah, it's on silent.
Gotcha. All right.
Like you
I
just
put my-
described
I
it
put
as
my
a
stone-
phone.
I mean,
It's a
it's
cell stone.
yeah, Crystal phone, cell stone, whatever, same thing.
So you get your stone number,
Yeah.
Stone number.
your Rocky Talkie. Come on.
Hey babe, could I get your stone number?
Oh my god.
I'm sure there's more like texting jokes you could make, but I can't think of any.
I
right now.
have a whole bunch of them.
So what would you guys like to do?
Head towards the door,
Okay.
the main one.
Okay. Yeah, you get as far as you can up the like gently slanting platforms until the shattered glass is there, where it gets a little crunchy and seems like it'll give way if you walk any farther. You're about 10 feet from the door. Just over a deep pit that you can look down and see the twisted remains of the mage that you dropped to his death.
10 feet, you said?
Yeah, you're 10 feet from
Hun,
the wooden
5
door
feet.
with a simple
Hun.
handle.
I'm gonna look at the jump calculator really fast.
I think it's triple. Or sorry, the jump spell I think triples whatever.
I don't think you even need the jump spell. You could probably make that default.
I don't, because of my strength score. Without a running start, I can jump 10 feet horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if Adrian wanted to cast the jump spell on me, I could jump 30 feet without a running start horizontally, and I could carry him in my arms.
This is assuming that the door is unlocked.
Yeah.
And if it's not,
well, I feel like if I jump fast enough into it with my body weight, it'll probably open.
I would say that remember I don't have it pulled up anymore, but the visual had like two platforms that kind of met up at the middle where the door was. So technically you'd be jumping at like a sideways angle, kind of like bouncing off the door, land on the other cracked part of the platform.
So the security guard shut the door behind him?
Yes.
Security mage?
Yeah.
Adrian, do you think you could hit it with a firebolt to see if it swings open if you didn't lock it behind him?
I could give it a shot. And I will go ahead and cast Firebolt then.
Are you targeting a specific part of the door or just hitting dead center?
Maybe like whichever side seems more like it would be the side that would swing.
Okay, so
whatever side got most hurt by the earth spell.
Like wherever there would be like a handle.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and cast it. Well, I mean,
that's an 11 to hit. I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't say hitting is going to be the hard part, considering it's an inanimate object. I was saying roll damage.
Oh, roll damage. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it's an inanimate door. It's not going to move out of your way.
16.
16 damage?
Yeah.
Wow.
I rolled a 10 on it and then the 6.
Wow, nice. Okay. Yeah, this is a rather standard looking wooden door. As you kind of blast the doorknob side with this firebomb, it basically kind of eliminates a quarter of the door, powderizes it into ash immediately, and the remains just kind of swing lazily, I guess inward, not into the extra dimensional space, but just back inward towards the whatever is beyond. What you can see is just kind of a pale blue wall on the interior. It doesn't look like there's anything that noticeable of what the room looks like from this particular vantage point.
Okay. Would you like to cast jump on me? Make it just a little easier?
Sure. And I forget, is jump concentration? Let's find out.
I think so, yeah.
No, it's not.
It isn't. Huh.
No, that's for 1 minute. And you touch a creature and it triple for a minute.
Cool.
No concentration. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'll cast it on you.
And then I will pick you up.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Oh no! Oh no!
And if just in case you wanted to see what I'm looking at, EJ, this is the jump calculator, which is really nice. So my strength score is 20. Carmen's about 5 feet, like 8 inches or so. So
Mm-hmm.
With the spell jump, I can jump 30 feet horizontally without a running start.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to pick up Adrian, so he's like pulled against my chest, and she will just jump through the door.
Could I have your old strength as far as lifting this man?
Sure.
This nerd of a
As,
man.
as strength saving throw,
No,
or
just the strength.
22.
All right, can't argue with that.
Nope.
Uh,
The game itself said, okay.
yeah. We'll say that you managed to just straight up jump from the the platform and land just barely in the edge of the doorframe. The angle's a little difficult to manage, but you stick the landing and don't drop Adrian. Everything seems great. You don't even really wobble that much. You do hear footsteps approaching from somewhere as you look around this dark hallway that you have found yourselves in. There appears to
She
be tapestries along the walls and some, glass framed pieces of paper or paintings or something. But it's a bit dim in this area. It
she's
definitely
just gonna
extends out into a main hall shortly.
she just goes, "Can you go invisible?"
All right. And I will use my free usage of invisibility.
And I
Nice.
very carefully put him down as well.
Put him down.
I put him down.
Okay.
I put him down so he can stand.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Nice.
Because if there's sounds, they're probably looking for a wizard and not a confused paladin.
Yeah, that's fair.
And which direction are the sounds coming from?
They're coming from the direction of the main hall that this little hallway connects to.
I'm gonna go that way.
You're going towards the sound of the footsteps?
Oh yeah, I'm going towards the noise.
Okay. Adrian, are you standing there?
I'm following close behind.
Okay. Yeah. So you see a
And I have like my sword out, my shield at the ready. She's got her angry face on. Yeah, what wizard wants to mess with an angry paladin?
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you
Maybe she's like stomping just a tiny bit too hard so like they can hear like the slap of her metal boots against the floor.
Yeah. You hear, or first you see the faint glow of what you would assume is like a little lantern being held, kind of approaching with a flickering orange glow, coming into the main hall as you barge into this room, which seems to be kind of like a grand foyer with like all kinds of various displays around, like some kind of museum. But you just get a brief flash of looking at that as you're kind of stomping angrily up towards the source of faint footsteps, and you come across a very startled Rakshasa, which is, I don't know if you know, but like a tiger dude, and he's got like a little like blue nightcap and bathrobe on, some little fuzzy bunny slippers, and he's holding this lantern aloft as he kind of freezes, seeing a very angry sword-drawn paladin come over, and he goes, "Oh!" and kind of like stumbles over himself trying to back up and kind of falls behind the counter of this little gift shop or something, and he pulls out like a little letter opener. What business do you have with me? And we don't have any valuable. Oh, we do, but they're weird.
She's going to put the tip of her sword. He's sitting on the ground. She's going to put the tip of her sword down on the ground next to his head, and she's going to say, He's like
hiding behind the counter.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Then she's just going to stare at him. She's going to be like, "Why was I brought here?"
What did huh? I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before.
I woke up inside of a planet, and I have had to fight my way out. Why was I brought here?
He just opens his mouth and closes it repeatedly, trying to process the situation. He doesn't seem to have a valid answer for you.
Then show me the exit.
It's marked with
Lead me.
Okay.
to the exit.
Still following.
Could you? Okay. He just kind of stands and kind of shakily, like, eyeing you the entire time. Picks up his lantern again. I guess he puts down the little letter
Yeah.
opener, which wasn't going to do anything anyway.
No,
And
of course.
he still has his bunny slippers on as he kind of shuffles his way towards the main entrance of this grand foyer, and it definitely appears to be like the exit to the main street. There's just a set of glass double doors, and he kind of shakily unlocks them. How did you get in here? You
I was one moment outside with my companions, and the next moment I was inside of a planet in that planetarium with the demons attacking me. So I would get your security checked. And is the door unlocked?
We don't have any security. Yes.
And she's going to open the door so that while she's talking, almost as if she's turning back to talk to this guy a little bit more so Adrian can get out.
Mhm.
Yes. He
She's
would-
gonna
he
she's
would take that.
she'll just look at him, make sure this doesn't happen again, and then
I-
she's going to walk outside and slam the door shut behind her.
Huh? You see him just kind of stand there on the other side of the glass door, looking at you with like a perplexed, beyond perplexed. He is gobsmacked expression as you walk away confidently, and he just kind of scratches his head for a second, and then walks back around, presumably to check on what damage you have caused. So,
Well,
it's all his fault, yeah.
Adrian did it.
Mm.
I'm gonna get blamed for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, right now it appears to be nighttime, or at least it's kind of nighttime. It's dark and there's lanterns lit along this cobblestone street, and you are seeing above you the same starry sky and the same kind of, lovely planets surrounding that you saw in the planetarium, just, at their proper scales and distances this
Mhm.
time instead of, being compressed into a nice little museum. Um, So, it's a wonderful view of the heavens, and around you, the buildings are quite plain, as Dylan might remember. It seems like the buildings were designed not to be beautiful to look at, not to be um, impressive or anything like that. They're basically just there for survival. They accomplish the bare minimum of what they're supposed to do, and that is it. They have, a couple windows that aren't very big. They have doors that get you in and out of places, but they're all very small, very cramped, little ramshackle, and it just kind of looks sad a little bit. Um, there aren't very many people walking around at night. There's maybe one, maybe two people that you can see in the distance ahead on this long curvy pathway. What would you guys like to do? And behind you, the other way, seems to be kind of the exit of this little town where there appears to be some kind of wheat field or something, and you see some faint lights moving around in the distance in that direction as well.
Um,
I believe
That
you
might
may
be
have
the-
traumatized them.
they didn't ask any questions as to why we were there, and that's all we could have hoped for in the moment.
Yeah,
Shall we
here's
get
the-
out of town?
Yes. Yes. That would be it.
We see lights in the distance.
Oh,
you
wait.
say?
Adrian acknowledges though. He's like, "Oh, I am lacking all my stuff."
All of it.
Did you see me with anything on me?
No change of underwear? Nothing?
She just. How important is it to you?
I am missing most all of my hierarchical insignias.
And who's to say that it is still within that building and not wherever else they had you?
Well, it was not in my room. which means that somebody there has to have it. Wouldn't be the first time you've broken back into a place that you just got out of.
I don't want to break back into there. I've already traumatized the man, as you so kindly pointed out.
The
You won't be
knock on the
traumatized if
door.
you can't see anything.
The knock on the door. Knock and
No, no,
You-
I'm not. He is a frightened
I'm
museum
still
keeper.
invisible, by the way.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Just for anyone walking down the street.
Mhm.
It sounds like she's talking to herself. She's not
Yes.
shouting this.
Probably wouldn't be
Still.
the strangest thing that have happened on these streets.
Yeah. Still one way
It
or
is.
another.
It is more important that we get you out of here.
I disagree.
Agree to disagree then, but I believe it's time that we get going.
And go where?
I'm sorry, do you want to stay in the same general area as where your kidnappers kept you?
If it means I get a chance to confront them.
No, Adrian.
Come now, you and I both know that the signs of my prestige is very important.
The signs of your prestige mean nothing if we are both dead.
And that is why I have you here.
A compromise, then.
Hmm.
In the morning, after we have both rested.
I suppose.
Let's go find a place to camp for the night, then.
So be it.
We will come back in the morning.
Assuming things haven't changed by then.
Are you trying to guilt me now?
No. Just pointing out that there is always a possibility.
And I am pointing out that both of us are now lacking resources in the terms of magic and in vitality, and it would make more sense to go when we are both fresh.
I could go for another round.
Oh, looks at you. Mm-hmm.
Invisible
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Makes eye contact with a wall.
In the
Yes,
morning.
All right.
Okay.
As I have agreed.
So, what I will do is just to give us a little bit of speed out of here. I will cast Find Steed, and I will summon my favorite warhorse, Midnight.
Oh yeah. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Midnight. Here, boy. Midnight.
Um, and once I'm not gonna ritual cast it. I'm literally just summoning him.
Mhm.
To make it quick,
Mhm.
and I'll mount up, and I'll help Adrian invisibly mount up on Midnight as well,
Mhm.
and we will ride towards the wheat field. You said,
Yeah, sounds good.
yeah, and we'll try to look for a place to camp nearby out there.
Yeah. As you begin to make your way down towards the wheat field out of town, you notice that the buildings become sparser and sparser until there's practically none left, and you're basically in just a nice little grassy field, but something is weird about the horizon. You're noticing that, amidst all these, the expanse of stars that you can see very clearly, less twinkling than you would normally see in a typical um, area. Um, the horizon just seems to like get larger and larger as you're approaching, or as you're beginning to cross into this wheat field, and it seems like the edge of the world is approaching. Like the horizon no longer extends out to meet the sky. The land is disappearing as you're seeing just more and more out into the distance until you are faced with, um, well, a view of the edge. You are on this small little expanse viewing out over the world that you know and love, and you can see the moon. Oops, you can't really see it because of darkness, but you see the other heavenly body that always orbits it um, in the distance as well. So you find yourself in a place that you would definitely be able to understand where you are, just given the view that you have now. You're not on the planet that you normally are on. You are on the Citadel of Arkamas, where Lillian did suspect potentially that Adrian had been taken to instead of Dirth. So, this certainly throws some questions into the whole situation, but it is a stellar view, quite literally, as you're looking down upon the land.
Love of all that is.
Well, I suppose we don't have a
Citadel.
choice one way or another.
No. No, we don't. But for the time being, we'll at least camp out here. I doubt they'll look for us at the edge.
Oh, that's the first place I'll look.
Adrian.
He's like, I'm invisible. I can get an hour-long nap. I'll be fine.
No, I'm not visible anymore, presumably.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just, it only lasts for an hour, so.
Yeah. As you look over to your side where that sources of light was, you see a giant mechanical dragon that appears to be kind of tending the fields lazily, slowly, as to not make much noise, as it's kind of keeping the plants in order, just kind of like a slow, lazy tractor, kind of picking through the fields and moving around slowly, constructed entirely out of some kind of like ancient dwarven um, mechanical mechanisms, brass or something. It looks a little dented and rusty, but still working somehow. Doesn't seem to pay any mind to you if it can spot you from this distance,
Okay.
but it's got some lights that are kind of illuminating a small area around it.
Yeah. Unless Adrian has anything else to say, I guess we take a long rest out here.
Okie dokie. Do you make any kind of like camp, or are you afraid of drawing too much attention to yourself?
I think I'm afraid of too much attention, so
Mm-hmm.
very minimal. Probably sharing some of my more flavorful rations with him,
Mm-hmm.
making sure, yeah, it's not berry mush.
Yeah.
Better than what I was given for the past.
Anything
tries to,
would
like,
taste like heaven.
Cheeses, yeah, crackers, bread.
By the way, the Citadel doesn't actually look like an asteroid. It's just that's the best
No.
I've
Yeah,
had at the moment. There's
Yeah.
actually
I
stuff on
got
it.
you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I guess we'll take turns watching, having watches,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we'll rest.
Okie dokie. I would say nothing happens to you throughout the night. You may, watch and trade off the watch from time to time, but other than the dragon kind of lazily picking past, tending to the plants, it does come closer at one point, but does not care, does not pay any attention to you as it's just kind of slowly limping along. Um, and yeah, the night passes peacefully. No one seems to come after you. No one seems to um, no one contacts you as far as you know. Yeah.
Cell phone is off.
Yeah. And the sun begins to twinkle on the horizon as the planets rotate and your location also is exposed to direct sunlight once again. Probably earlier than you would have expected, um, given how exposed your location is compared to where the planets are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, my dear, what two characteristics did you take for your sorcerer?
I took careful spell and I think it was enhanced spell, I believe. No, I took seeking spell. That's what it was.
What does seeking spell do?
I am trying to remember. Yes, that's what it is.
Ah, I see. Okay, I found it. Interesting. Well, once morning strikes, it's like, well,
Uh,
I don't want to go back there, considering I've traumatized a man.
wouldn't
But
be the first time.
just kind of looks at you. Perhaps I'll let you do the talking.
Mm. And what? Risk getting myself captured again?
Let's just say if they're gonna try to capture you again, they'll have to go through me.
Oh yes, yes. Good to see how that went last time.
Just
I
absolute stony face. Like she was sort of smiling and joking before, and now it's just
I was joking. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't expect anything at that. Now we are on guard, correct?
as you say, Your Highness.
Sometimes you do take your job a bit too seriously.
Too seriously, as you were kidnapped for who knows how long.
Yeah, yeah.
She just looks at you and just says, "I will do as you will."
Okay, back we go.
All right. I guess this time it's Adrian leading back into the
Yeah.
Back
quote
into
unquote town.
With the light of day, you can now see far more buildings than you could earlier. So it's not really like a thriving, huge metropolis or anything, but it is a rather small little city with a fair few buildings. Some appear to have more detail and more decoration than the majority of the houses, but where you were earlier was very plain. Most of the buildings looked rather old, but very drab and like they were designed to be as minimalist as possible. But in the distance, you can see some more large, grand buildings that are taller, wider. There's even like a castle type thing in the distance. Seems like a much more like central kind of government building, perhaps of some kind. Definitely of importance, and it has far more interesting and intricate designs. The castle is made of white stones and let's see. You do see people walking around all over the place at this moment. There are a couple people walking the path around the wheat field, just to take in the view, and you're seeing a lot more wildlife now. Not like the kind of wildlife that you would really want around all of it. Some of it's like weird little winged rat creatures. Like they have bat wings, but they're the body of a rat, and they're just kind of like gnawing on some wheat, and they scatter as you approach, making some horrible screeching noises. And there are a couple like yellow birds that are potentially um, more amenable to people here, but they also are trying to steal some of the wheat. And you see the dragon off in the distance on the wheat field, just kind of like scaring them off every once in a while as it's moving through the wheat fields, but they just come right back behind it. Um, so, what exactly is your guys' plan as you're heading back towards the path into town? Oh, there's also, an airship that's kind of lazily making its way into a small port towards the middle of the town.
Um,
I'm following Adrian, so
yeah, I guess the goal would be try to sort of figure out where we had been.
Yeah, it's easy to
Um,
retrace your steps to figure that out.
yeah.
well to the planetarium place or the first place, my dear.
Um, that's a good question. Because I never got to see the other place from the outside.
That is
You
true.
got to see out the windows, remember?
He got to see out the window, but all he saw was the street and the very featureless houses. So
That's fair.
it's it would be difficult to be able to distinguish which house he was in just by looking at the exact same houses
It
along the
doesn't
street.
have a bright neon sign that says "We're evil, come on in."
Wouldn't
That's
that make things so
really,
much easier?
really upsetting.
If he saw the interior, he would probably be able to make it out.
So we just
Yeah.
need to look through every single window of every
Exactly.
single building.
Exactly. You could always talk to the man you traumatized. Not that he seemed to know much.
Yeah.
It's up to you, Dylan.
Prince Dylan.
That's Prince Dylan. Uh, yeah. If we can try to find the place I had been, that would be probably be a good idea at the very least.
Cool. The surface of this place does appear to be more or less well, like one street at first, like coming from the wheat fields, and then kind of like extends out into more complex streets afterward. But the main street does lead right past the museum because that's basically where you came from. The museum is pretty close to the edge of town. Would you like to walk along this main street past um, the chaos that you've caused, or would you like to find a more alternate route that does not take the main road?
Um, that's it's main path is probably fine.
Okie dokie. So, uh, sorry, I just didn't want
No,
to
it's fine.
interject too early because if you wanted to say anything else,
Oh no.
okay. Yeah, you guys begin taking the long and winding path through the wheat fields and the lovely, nature preserve. There's some flowers, there's a couple of trees, but not very many. And it just seems kind of like a small facsimile of nature that they've tried to preserve in this place of magical study. Whereas most of the natural world has been replaced with an endless void all around, and the drab of minimalist structures built merely to survive in, not necessarily to thrive in. Whatever philosophy was behind the constructor of this place did not seem to be all that interested in um, making people happy as long as they were able to work. So, you guys begin walking along this main street. The cobblestones desperately in need of some tender love and care, as there's like little bits of grass and stuff poking through the cracks between each rock. And you find your way back to the town where the buildings are once again sparse at first, but getting more densely populated as you go through. You immediately begin to see a bunch of people on the street kind of like giving side eyes, and there's a small gathering around the museum that you had your situation in last night. There appears to be a little sign on the museum that just says closed due to unforeseen circumstances, and there are several people talking and trying to address the crowd. You also see what appears to be a couple of guards of some kind. They're in some kind of unique uniform that looks like a cross between a mage and a police officer. It's kind of a weird outfit, honestly. Their hat is like
Basically, I could take them because they look like nerds.
pretty much, yeah. If you want to go with that, that is
I could
accurate.
take anyone here.
Yeah, they instead of having like a billy club or whatever, they've got like a slightly longer billy club that you would assume is a staff for some kind of casting. You would imagine that most of the people here are probably magicians of some kind.
I probably stand out like a sore thumb because I'm
Yeah, you would certainly be
buff.
unique as far as being a melee fighter amidst a sea of magical researchers and curious bystanders. So, as you guys approach, you are noticing that same guy, the traumatized one, who still appears to be in his nightgown, talking to these guards and trying to give his account. And the guards are like trying to usher people away who are being nosy. Would you like to interact with this situation at all, or just keep on going?
I don't think we really have a need to actively be involved.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just proceed.
Okie dokie. Are you trying to be stealthy at all, or are you just
Nope.
going? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean for Adrian at least. Adrian was invisible at the time, so you know it's.
That's true.
I've probably got my cloak on just to probably throw on my cloak before going into town just to offer just the tiniest of buffer between me and being noticed.
Yeah, you still do stick out like a sore thumb, though.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
as you're passing by, trying to pretend like you're not someone that anyone recognizes, the Rakshasa kind of his attention catches on you, Carmen, and he goes, "There she is, the murderer!" And that's probably a good place to cut it off for
Yeah,
this
that's
session.
great.
Yeah,
They found the body,
I love it.
obviously.
yeah, obviously.
Not my fault.
Yeah. Well,
Listen,
thank
I'll
you for
just
the
zone
session,
of truth
guys.
myself and tell them everything that happened, and then now they have to believe me, idiots.
That is a good point. Of course,
Mhm.
they have no way of knowing whether or not you succeeded or failed the saving throw.
Oh, I can choose to fail on everyone
Yeah,
who's
but
under
they have
the.
no idea.
Oh, then one of them can cast it.
That's fair. But even then, the caster of the spell doesn't know if you succeeded or failed.
Yeah, I think they do.
I don't think so. I think I read that
Oh,
recently.
let me double check the spell. I
But
have
you
it
could
pulled
have
up.
them do what they do in Lunimus, which is have 4 people cast a spell, so the chances of, all 4 successes is infinitesimally small.
You know whether a creature succeeds or fails.
Do you? Oh, I thought it said you
Yeah,
didn't know.
you
Oh, am I
do.
stupid? Oh no, I can't read. Reading comprehension's bad at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
What is reading? Who needs
Yeah.
reading?
Oh, I gotta check for myself to realize how stupid I am.
Yeah.
I can't even find it. My eyes are skating right over it. You know whether each creature succeeds
Yeah.
or fails. Okay, I read it as the exact opposite for some reason. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's great. Oh, that makes things way easier, so I don't have to make myself look stupid in Lunimus. Thanks.
And now you
You're
know.
welcome.
I went through the math and calculated like, okay, so if an average creature has a modifier of +0 and they cast it once, like I did the math to figure out the probability that they'd be able to succeed 4 saving throws, and now that's all useless.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Being a nerd is fun, but not when you're so nerdy that you fail to actually do the basics.
He didn't pass his wisdom check.
I did not. Absolutely failed that.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
Always
Yay.
super fun.
hmm
All right, well,
got to cast some fun and cause chaos.
Yep. You just grabbed hey, you sat on a rock. You have a bit of mica there, a bit of an obsidian there. You have so
Yeah.
much stuff on you.
Exactly. I'm sure they used part of that to build it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it was literally just a rock. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I was gonna say see you next week, but honestly, I have had so much going on, and I still have so much to prepare for the other people, and I have so little
Yeah,
time.
if you need to
I
take an
might
extra
Yeah, if you
week,
need-
2 weeks.
if you want a
see.
2-week break, that's a-okay.
Yep.
Yeah, just
'Cause
because
things-
flexible.
having like the other party, they're all split 3 different ways as well. So I've basically got
Oh.
4 campaigns going right now. 1,
Lovely.
2, 3, and then 4. So that's
Mhm.
a lot to prepare, and they're all in different places, and they're all doing different things. And I'm like, so
Yeah. Take a week or 2 if you need it. Just
Yeah.
let us know, like, hey, I'm ready to start back up on this date.
Yep.
Things are gonna be slightly crazy on our end because I have like a school event called Fright Fest, and then there's a Halloween party, and then there's Halloween itself. But
Mhm.
totally willing to clear up a Monday if needed. So just let us know.
Gotcha. Is that towards the end of October or the beginning of
Yeah,
October? Or-
towards the end.
Ah, okay, gotcha. So it might be better to
But
do sessions
none of them are
earlier.
on Mondays. It's just
Ah,
it's a lot of extra stuff that I'm all running around in a different direction.
yeah, gotcha. I hear you on the stress front. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll let you know. It depends on how things go, honestly, because I always go, oh yeah, I'll have plenty of time to prepare, and then when the time actually comes, I'm already exhausted, and I don't have time, and I've got to prepare other things, so it never goes as much preparing as I want to. Um, I
It's
think,
never enough.
yeah, exactly. Let's say 2 weeks for now, and then we'll decide next time.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be 1 week or two. But yeah,
Sounds good.
once
Sounds
I
like
get
fun.
like the ball rolling and I've got enough prepared, I should be good to go. But it's just getting to that point while balancing, work having a lot of things for me to do, personal life having a lot of things to do, plus 4 D&D campaigns, and all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Nice
Yeah.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Have
You
a
as
good
well.
night.
See you guys
Yeah.
later.
Bye.
Right. Later.